What's up guys, this is the Bantam BHW. This is the largest model of the Bantam line, American made, buck knife, 3 3/4 inch blade, around 3 ounces, and the price point is around $25. This is one of the fancier models, if you will, no fancy materials, but the handle finish is like an airbrush skull finish. This is the Reaper model. It's also made in various camo patterns and in a very cool diamondback snakeskin pattern. I just like this gray silver look of the handle. Has buck embellished in there. I just love the design of those blades. Kind of a two-tone finish, polished flats and satin, nice satin swedge and satin cutting edge. This is hollow ground. It is really sharp. I have carried this one for the past maybe 3 weeks, and I just stropped it a little bit after using it. Very nice, and this is gluey paper. So I took off the thumb stud, in case if you're wondering. Two-handed opening knives are legal in my country when they lock, but one-handed opening mechanisms you can't just carry. You cannot just carry. Has a nice large lanyard slot here. Let me show you how that looks with a lanyard, because I have the smaller brother here. This is the BLW. This has some realtree pattern on it, and this is how it looks with some paracord in there. Lots and lots of space. I never carried those. I carried this one, I carry this one, but I carry this one without the clip because it is tip down only, and I hate carrying tip down. You have no other option for the pocket clip, so I carry this one in a belt sheath, and that belt sheath is this one from the Buck 110, carried horizontally. It fits just perfectly, and it is even lighter than the Buck 110 Ecolite models. Fits just nicely, really cool. Same sized knives. I usually switch it up between those. Some Kershaws. I carry in different sheaths. So those are all 3 3/4 inch blades. I carry those in the belt sheath in addition to a folding knife clipped to my pocket, and lately that has been this one. Probably have seen this one, but you can't just whip out this monster every time you have to cut a thread, you know, on the train or whatever. I have another utility blade on me as well. This is not super scary looking, and this is just a good utility knife. Now what I'm trying to attempt here is I will show you how the backlock will fail. See that? Doesn't take much, and it is not only with this model, it's only with the smaller brother. Lock failing is an issue for many people. For others it isn't. I don't necessarily mind because it's a $25 knife, and I don't use this to baton. I use this for cutting, and with cutting, my thumb, even if it really pushes on there, it was never a problem. I have to use a lot of force to disengage it that way, and besides that, my thumb lands right here on that jimping, and that jimping is executed rather nicely. It sticks up, so you can really get your thumb in there. I have a cut there, it hurts a little bit, but I will make do. So I just like this, not the size of the knife. When I unpackaged this one and held it in my hand, I I really thought, wow, this is finally a man-sized knife, because even this one is, you know, you get a full hand grip. I have extra large sized gloves, and but I just like it when something sticks out even more a little bit, so I can change up my grip it a little bit further behind. It's just nice. Pinned construction, you can't adjust it. Up and down play and side to side play. And another YouTuber recently shared a trick with me. When you have a pinned knife like this one, you can put it in the middle of a phone book and thump on the phone book with a hammer to tighten the pivot a little bit. With this one it would work probably, because the pivot pins protrude on both sides. On the Bantam, they're inset. They don't protrude. You would have to try something else then. Can't adjust it. Quite a bit of play. But it's a cutting tool for me and not my primary tool, so I just wouldn't recommend it to be your primary knife, just because of that fact. If you are, of course, on the other hand, carrying something like a friction folder, this kind of lockup would not bother you, I think, because when you use a friction folder, you use it in a different fashion. You just don't put force on the blade, if the design allows it anyway. So the weight was around 3 ounces. Let's just compare it a little bit against the other ones that I just like more. Those are my favorite. The Buck 110 Ecolite's my favorite utility secondary knives. Same size, strong lockup, a little bit heavier, 117 grams, while the Bantam comes in at 86. I think on the Buck website it says 91, but it's even a little bit lighter because I took off the clip. The original one, of course, 210 grams, so way more than double. And let's get some Kershaws in the mix. It's the Northside Hunter, 113, heavier, and the Black Horse 2, also made by Kershaw. By the way, I did modify this. I took off the third peak of the finger jaws because they were just spread too wide, and I had to. I didn't get a good grip with it. So let's weigh this one. 139 grams. So thickness wise, there's of course a big difference. This is rubber. This is just a thermoplastic handle. And what all the other reviewers always say, what I'm saying as well, is that I don't like the flex of the handle. I just don't like that. But just because of the price, because of the design, 420HC steel blade, really nice heat treated, very nicely heat treated by Buck as always. I don't really mind all those flaws. These handles flex quite a bit as well. So in size comparison, those two, butt to butt. Just a little bit smaller, still a full-sized knife, but I just like this one better. This one doesn't get carry, this one sits on my desk for opening packages and whatnot. Just desk use. Would I get this one again? Yeah. And this is really a spontaneous answer. Yes, I would get that again, but I wouldn't pay a cent more than $25. I paid I think 12 bucks more than you guys will, because I cannot get this for $25 in stores, and shipping to my destination is quite expensive, but I still think it was worth it. So thanks for watching. Have a good night. Roll.